Hi everyone, and welcome to today's episode of the SFTG podcast. We're up to episode 168, can you believe it? My name is Hubert A. Shorter, I'm sure you can believe that, and let's get started now. IO9 have been talking about Star Trek Lower Decks. This is the new cartoon comedy series based on the Star Trek franchise. There's a full review on their website, and I wanted to talk about it for a few minutes because I think it's rather intriguing. As it says, coming into Star Trek Lower Decks, there was a lot of uncertainty about the franchise boldly going into a comedic frontier. Star Trek has always been open to humor in the past, but would it still feel like Star Trek if one of its own shows was more about laughs than interstellar even exploration? Thankfully, we don't even need to wonder. Star Trek Lower Decks has both. So they seem to think that it's great. Again, this is the reason why I found the review so intriguing. Anyway, of course, it is about these four characters that serve on the USS Cerritos. They're newbies. We've got Ensigns Mariner, Boimler, Tendi, and Rutherford. And apparently they all get moments to shine on board the vessel. Now, like I said, it's a bit hard to be talking about something that you've not seen, but I trust the people at IO9, and I will be looking at this over the weekend. I advise you to check it out as well through whatever means you get shows that haven't premiered in the UK yet, and I'll leave it at that. Anyway, do check out the full review. It's all very, very positive, and apparently it's a new and great addition to the Star Trek fleet, so to speak. While the Hollywood studios have been scrambling movie releases all over the calendar in response to COVID-19, one picture that's not shifted is Denis Villeneuve's adaptation of Dune. My apologies. For Warner Brothers is sticking with its mid-December release, but Villeneuve is rushing to get it finished in time. As he explained, he's been stuck in quarantine in Montreal while the editing crew has been working diligently in Los Angeles. Not only are time and distance not on their side, it seems that the coronavirus has complicated plans for reshoots. I'm quoting now. I was planning to go back and shoot some elements later because I wanted to readjust the movie. I needed time. At the end, I didn't know that it would be a pandemic. Who knew? As we were about to go back to do those elements, the impact was that it crushed my schedule right now. It will be a sprint to finish the movie on time right now because we were allowed to go back to shoot those elements in a few weeks. It meant also that I have to finish some elements of the movie like visual effects and the editing being in Montreal as my crew stayed in Los Angeles. So clearly he's been separated from his crew. Now everyone knows that Dune is going to be a monster of a movie this December, and it's got one of the most impressive casts I've seen for any movie in quite a few years, to be perfectly honest. It stars Timothée Chalamet, Dave Bautista, Josh Brolin, Rebecca Ferguson, Oscar Isaac, Charlotte Rampling, Stellan Skarsgård, and Zendaya. It's scheduled, and I have to say this, it's scheduled to hit cinemas on December the 18th. Good luck. Androids struggle to raise human children on a mysterious planet in the first trailer for Raised by Wolves, a new sci-fi series coming to HBO Max, courtesy of none other than Ridley Scott. Yes, that Ridley Scott. Created by Aaron Guzikowski, who also penned the script for the 2013 thriller Prisoners, the 10-episode series was initially a straight-to-series order for TNT, but moved to HBO Max last October. Scott even directed the first 2 episodes, making this his US TV directorial debut. Now, I was going to outline the story for Raised by Wolves, or at least the premise, but I think it probably gives away too much. But I have got the trailer. Have a look at this.
Gather round, children. The Earth was destroyed by a great war. I was programmed to protect you. And now we start again. Does anyone know the story of the three little pigs? The first little pig built a house out of straw. The second little pig built a house out of sticks. But the third little pig, he built a house out of stone. One day, a big bad wolf came along and said, little pig, let me in, or I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in.
She was talking about.
Mother?
That's her.
Raised by Wolves debuts on HBO Max on September the 3rd. And that was our last story. So as always, if you have any questions, comments or suggestions, you can email us at sftgpodcast@gmail.com. You can download the episode on any old podcast catcher that's out there. And you can follow us on Tumblr, Twitch, Pinterest, and Instagram. Just do a search of Sci-Fi Geeks or Shorter126. My name is Hubert A. Shorter, and I will see you next time.